Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Tonight we're back with the Monday Mafia Syrup Cup Maple Madness series put on by JD. Tonight we're back to the gravel bikes. We got Serpentine 8 as the course, 27 kilometers. So I'm going to post up the profile of tonight's route, and you'll see the climbing section that we're actually going to do twice. Not sure I'm going to play this one out tonight. No rhinos in the pen with me and no one on Discord, so it'll be a little different tonight. Not used to racing by myself, so tonight will be one of those nights. And yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Also, have to have a little bit of syrup in the veins, so post up the picture here of what's in the veins tonight, so hopefully it helps. Hope you enjoy the action. Stick around the end, there might be some race wrap-up, and ride on. So, a pleasant surprise. I didn't realize that Corey from Garage Cycling was in the race tonight. I saw his name pop up there, and there he is right there. So it was great that Corey was able to make this time slot, because he usually races in the wee hours of the morning for me when I ever see him on his channel there, live, posting up some nice stream action. So good to see, there you go, a little wave to Corey. So it's good to see Corey in the race. Yeah, and we'll see how this plays out with Corey in the mix. All right, so yeah, Mike and Corey and myself got away a little bit from the group there. Got a bit of a gap with 3 or 4 seconds, and now the group has sort of come back together again. So we still haven't got to the major climb section here, but looks like things might chill for a little bit. We'll see how this plays out over the next couple kilometers. Okay, so this is it's not the major climb in the course, but there is an elevation change here, and we're going to see how this plays out here. I think I'm going to move to the front and just see who's feeling fresh right now, and see who wants to stick on my wheel and who wants to maybe fall off the back. All right, so we are actually starting the major climb for this course now. And we're sort of all together, but here comes Mike. So you know what? Mike's put a little push in here. I'm gonna grab his wheel and let's see what happens here on this climb up to the top to the suspension bridge. Okay, so this is officially the start of the climb. So I kind of dropped Mike. He's back there 4 seconds. Got 8 seconds back to Peter. Mike on wheels, another 10 seconds. So I've already got a break with the group. So we're going to play this out up to the top, to the suspension bridge, and see what sort of gap I can make and make everybody suffer up this climb. All right, so there you go. The first time up the climb is done. Spent it by myself. Here comes Darren. So I saw they were coming. We got Darren, we got Peter, and we got Bill from Bill on Wheels. So I knew they were going to catch me, and I felt that, you know, it's better to use their draft on the downhill anyways, instead of me burning up trying to stay away from them. So here we are on the suspension bridge. So we'll chill for a little bit. I'm sure that they're a little tired from chasing me down. So the rest of the group is back about 31 seconds, so we're pretty safe there. So we'll hang out with the 3 other guys here, myself for a little bit here, and see how this plays out now. So we basically finished the downhill section there, and I basically stuck with them. I wanted to recover, suck the wheel, do all that sort of stuff, but now we got this little bump coming up here, and I think Darren in the yellow jersey, because he's the lead GC rider right now, I think he's thinking he might like to push this, so I'm definitely going to stick to his wheel, and we'll see how Bill and Peter manage on this little bump here in the road. All right, so nothing too major. Still watching that time gap, and this is where I started to get a little concerned because it was starting to come down a little bit there. We got JD on the front of the group there. How many riders? 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 riders. So I was a little concerned about them closing this down. We're going to be getting back into the climb again, so I started to push the pace a bit. So we're going to start the climb again. Here we go. And yeah, we'll see how, I'm pretty sure Darren will be able to stick with me. Darren's my biggest concern probably in this group. Bill is too, and Peter are too, but Darren for sure, because I know he can climb like a goat. So let's see how this plays out now that we're back into the climb again. Okay, so we're well into the climb here, probably halfway up. And at this point here, Darren saw that Bill was, I think, dropping off the group there. What is he, like 12, 13 meters back, 15 meters. Darren puts in a big dig. And I don't know if it was really to drop me per se, but it definitely was to get Bill off the back. So I'm going to put a dig in here. Peter's still with me here, just a little bit behind. So we're going to see if we can catch up to Darren. I don't really want him to get away too far up the road, but let's just see what happens here. All right, so we managed to catch up to Darren there at the top, just before the suspension bridge. The three of us here, Peter, Darren, and myself. So how many more K? A little over 6 kilometers to go. So we're gonna have the descent once we get across the suspension bridge. There I am there, a little tired. Well, I've done that a couple times during the race. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. So we're gonna have the downhill section. And at this point, Bill is 22 seconds back. The next group, 31 seconds. So I feel fairly comfortable. Definitely locking up a podium position here. So we'll see how it plays out, heading down to the finish line for this race. All right, so we finished up the descent there, and there's that little riser there. Nothing too much happened. Playing a little bit of cat and mouse. Darren did try to get away at one point there, but I closed it down. But my big concern now is the rider behind, who's in 4th position there, V. Emmond. And then we got JD behind him at 9 seconds. So 6 seconds. He's closed that down. They were 20 seconds, not a couple kilometers before now. I've already used my draft boost. Big mistake, but I'm on the front right now because my bigger concern is losing podium. After all the work I did tonight, I do not want to lose the podium position to this guy that's closing in at 4 seconds and 500 meters to go. So that's my big concern. I know Darren has a big sprint, and I'm sure Peter does too. Here we go. Let's see how this plays out. Stage 5 of the Sugar Cup final race. Well, that was a little too close for comfort. V. Emmond there had it down to maybe 20 meters there behind me. But anyways, sprinted it out, managed to pick up the podium position for tonight's race. Final stage 5 of the Sugar Cup Maple Madness Monday Mafia race series put on by JD. Thrilled with my performance tonight. Look at the numbers. Great job. Darren's a strong rider. Peter did great tonight as well. So yeah, and JD picked up 5th, but I think that other rider, because he wasn't in the other races, he will lose that spot to JD. So JD will get 4th, I think, on the race tonight. So the series is over. I'm gonna post up the final GC classifications for this race. I managed 2nd place. Thrilled, thrilled with that result. So hope you enjoyed the action of this different race series. Had some rhinos in here with me on these races, and had some people on Discord for the other races. So it was a great time. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make the next series that JD's going to be putting on, but hey, if you're looking for some great racing action, sign up for these races. They'll be starting up next month there with another bunch of races, a different style, I think, to the next one's coming up. So hope you enjoyed the action. So as always, subscribe, like, comment, come back anytime, and ride on.